Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a map called Avius Isle. The description here says, this small island off the east coast of the USA has little infrastructure, but it does have a very fun coastal loop roads and lots of terrain to explore. And this one has tons of locations to choose from, and they really do have like cinematic looking photographs here. Like sometimes they'll just be like, here's where you're spawning up and here's a picture of that location. But these ones, they all seem like they're really posed up nicely for the camera, don't they? And we're gonna go to this one, Saint Enormous Hoppus, which is the one that looks like the least posed up, but it's kind of a fun way to start things off and you'll see why. And we start way up in the air. We're so high up in the air, you can't even see the ground. It's just darkness below you. We're gonna be driving down this ramp, which looks like it just ends in more darkness, but eventually it does get us to the island. It's not a smooth transition by any means though. We're gonna be flying and destroying this truck, and like right there, the truck accelerated so slowly because the elevation is higher and it actually slows down the vehicle, I think. But now that we're going downhill, it really doesn't matter. We're gonna be going real fast. So here's the first area of things. We got like a jump over here. We're gonna go ahead and pop into that. A nice level fly. And it looks like we're gonna stay in the middle, right? No, we're not. But the invisible walls will save me. There are invisible walls right there that'll keep you lined up just in case something like that happens. And now we're doing a mean grind right there. All right, can I get on the wheels before the next jump? Nope, we're just gonna fly off of it. And something just stole a wheel. Or they steal two wheels. Just one, it stole one of my wheels. I see something flying along way off in the distance. That might be the other wheel. And there is the island. You get a good aerial view of it as we fly down towards it. And we're gonna land somewhere in the middle of it. Now, normally I have a nice route planned, but I had no idea where I was gonna land, so this is where the route's gonna start from. Had to do a little bit of a different planning on this video to make this work out. So we'll go ahead and freshen up this truck after we take a quick look at the destroyed remains of this truck that found a way to catch on fire. So now, first thing we need to do is find a road because we're off in this dirt area here, and this isn't the best terrain for this truck. There are some big boulders around here that will be a little bit difficult for this thing to get over because this is not an off-roading vehicle. Like, we're basically trapped right here. So let's get an off-roading vehicle that can climb these boulders. We're gonna go and swap it out for, how about the Dune edition of the Hopper? I think that'll have enough ground clearance to get over these, but it'll still be a little bit of a challenge every now and then because it doesn't have like a super serious off-road setup. Like right there, we were able to climb that rock, and I can still avoid a lot of them. There's a building over there. When you see buildings, you usually see roads, right? Let's try to find our way to a road over there. It's actually kind of nice though, just sneaking around through the rocks and trying not to crash into them. Like, I kind of want a map that has you doing that, just slow driving through rock and not crashing into them. That's kind of neat. So there's an excavator and you could drive through it like it's a tunnel. Look at this. Right through the excavator. I wonder if we could get a vehicle that's big enough to crash into the excavator. If you try to drive through that, like a normal vehicle. Of course, the T-Series will crash into it, I'm sure. But what if we got like a lifted H-Series? Will that be tall enough to crash into it? Let's find out. Ooh, it might. Like, I'm looking at it and like, ooh, it really might crash into it. That's going to be interesting. All right, let's get this thing in red. And also, it'd be a good vehicle to drive around here because we got all these dirt roads and stuff. All right, can it fit? Can it fit? Oh, it's a tight fit. Oh, that is a tight fit. Oh, it doesn't fit. It don't fit. It don't fit. We're stuck. Oh, go power. No, that's not working. It's just tearing my door off. All right, I gotta try this again and go a little bit more to the right side. It looks like we have a little bit of leeway on that side. And we're gonna see if we can fit or not. We're gonna go into the dirt right here and then swing it to the left. This is worse than parallel parking. Oh no, it's too tall. It's not gonna make it. It looked like it was gonna clear it and it just didn't. Unfortunately, we can't actually go forward though because this just loops around back to the excavator, which I can't fit through. I mean, maybe I could try fitting through it from this side, but I don't think the conclusion is gonna be any different than the last time. We'll try it though. Oh, it can fit from that direction a little bit easier. Okay, well, I did not expect that. Huh. Oh man, this is not good for this car though. Like, the clearance between those two rocks, like, I just barely have to hit both of them. If I had a car that was a little bit thinner, I would have only had to hit maybe one of them. Also, I stalled out the car right there in automatic mode. That's impressive more than anything. All right, slow over the rocks, fast through the flat. Rocks. Try to avoid some of the rocks. Some of them look a little too tall. This thing doesn't have the most ground clearance because it has that running board that takes up a little bit of space as well. Trying to make it all the way to the paved road down there. And once we get there, we can swap this out for a car suited for paved roads. All right, there's like, ooh, there's some big rocks right here. Floor it! Floor it! Yeah! Oof. Ow. Stupid rock in the way. And I was trying to floor it. All right, though, we made it. Excellent. So, swap this out for, let's go with an Avius Miramar street tuned. Not super race edition in them, but a little bit faster than the stock. Because the Miramar is so old that the regular versions just feel slow compared to modern cars. So you get the GTZ of the street tune, and it feels pretty good driving around here, especially with these kind of corners. Like, this is a tighter road, so you want a car that has a little bit less horsepower. That way you could still floor it without having to worry about accidentally falling off of the road at the next corner. And that's about all we're going to be doing on the paved road, because now we're going to go over here. You see there's this little kind of hidden path right here? Yeah, we're going to drive up that in the Miramar. I think it should be able to make it through here, but we got to be careful about these rocks. We got to drive in between the rocks. Can't try to drive over any of them because we will get stuck. We do not have a lot of ground clearance or four-wheel drive or locking differentials, anything like that. This is a street car going through the dirt path. I'm just trying to find a route that fits. Oh, those are some tight fits. It hit me on both sides, but I made it. And I think soon we should be getting to the course that I wanted to drive on. Here it is. It's kind of like a figure 8-ish course, but not like super 8-shaped. It's just similar to one. And I think we'll be able to go through it using the Miramar for the most part. There is one section where I couldn't earlier find a way to get through it with a regular car, but we'll try it again with the Miramar and see if it works or not. Steer harder, steer harder. There you go. All right, here we can floor it. We'll have a little bit of fun and wreck it right here. Just going full speed into some rocks. Over some rocks. Did not expect that. All right, into some construction machines. There we go. Are we going to just kind of hang on it? Nope, it tipped me off. All right. So back onto the road, and I'll show you the part that I could not drive through using a different car, but maybe the Miramar is a little bit thinner and it'll be able to fit through. So that is this area right here. You just have the rocks placed in inconvenient areas. I tried to go through it in a couple of different angles, but none of them seem to work. Like, you can't go in between those rocks and get close to the building, so you got to go outwards. So you're going to go basically onto the road, like so, but then here, you just got rocks surrounding you. There's nowhere you can really go. Maybe, here's something we could try real quickly. You back out, and then kind of go like this. Oh, come on. Maybe it could work. We just got to like jiggle it. Come on. Yeah, there we go. It had to impact the rock a little bit, but it made it through. Oh, now slow down. Calm down now. You're going to crash into the rock. So there we go. That's doing it with a not really off-roady car. Now just for fun, let's do it with a really off-roady car. We're going to grab the custom hopper and just drive through this like the rocks aren't even there and see if we get stuck or not. Well, we're stuck on a tree. That doesn't count. Move it to here. Freshen it up. And now here we go. Not caring at all about the rocks and just driving straight. How does it do? Uh-oh, well, we're stuck already. We can lock the differentials. That might get us the traction we need. Oh, no, we're actually bottoming out a little bit. All right, so see, even with a pretty serious off-road vehicle, you have to watch the rocks a little bit. No matter what. But maybe if we have momentum, it won't matter. Like, yeah, there we go. Look at that. Whoa. Ha-ha. I was just holding it up on two wheels for a second. I didn't want to tip over, but I didn't want to slow down. There's quite a conundrum there. All right, big rocks here. Just go at them decently fast and you can climb them. Yep, yep, yep. You kind of lose control when you're bouncing all over the rocks and you end up way off course, but at least you make it over them. And then the last obstacle we're going to be jumping over is that Miramar. So here we go. That's not at all what I expected. I expected it to kind of pop into the air and go on to the Miramar, not that. All right, we're going to leave them there. That's it. We're done with him. Now we're going to go back to that paved road with the Miramar and keep driving it. That's the same Miramar we started with. We're going to keep using it. That was like a fun thing to do. Is it going to be a little bit harder going downhill though because gravity's going to be working against me? Oh, the car is pulling to the right actually. I don't like this one bit. Especially when I have to go to the left. Oh, this is the tight area right here, isn't it? Squeeze! Alright, we squeezed through, but we had to mess with the alignment. Yeah, it's harder going downhill than uphill because of the angles of the rocks and stuff. I guess we could just floor it and see what happens. Ow. Ow. Okay, let's not floor it and see what happens anymore. Uh-oh, are we stuck? Alright, we're stuck. Let's swap cars. Still want something for the streets though, because we're almost at the streets. So how about just grab a ETK case series. And as always, we're going to want to turn off the electronic stability control because electronic stability control kills the fun with this car. Oof, too wide. Ouchies. Oh, we actually went over that rock. I didn't even see it. The exit! There it is! Alright, we're free! Does this drive in a straight line still? You know, I'm not really sure, so we're just going to reset it just in case. Now I know for certain that I don't have to worry about this thing driving all crooked because it got damaged on the stinking rocks. Don't worry, we're going to be driving on paved roads for a while, so we don't have to worry about no more rocks for a little bit. Unless, of course, you know, you kind of trail off the road into the rocks. That could happen as well. We're going to make sure that doesn't, though. Which means we got to slow down quite a bit at times. Like right there, we could have just literally flown off the road, which, now that I think about it, kind of sounds fun. Let's fly off the road. Should be able to get a lot of speed before there if I actually floor it the whole way, and we'll probably fly right into the rocks. Keep it steady through here, and then floor it. And let's see, do we fly off the road? Yes, we do! Right into the trees. That was pretty good. Nice vicious crash right there that put my car a little bit under the ground for a second, but we're fine. We can keep on driving. And coming up soon, there should be an alternative route. There it is. You gotta look for those poles because you won't see the road until it's too late and you just overshoot it. So over here, this is a tighter road than the one we were driving on. The one we were driving on was pretty tight, but this one, it takes it up to another level because there's a lot of like 180-degree corners. They're not quite hairpin tight, but they are very tight. As you'll see, this next one's a little bit tighter. Even has signs up here because apparently people are like, oh no, a corner, and bam. Without the signs, I guess. But then you have people like me who crash even with the signs there because they're like, I'm trying to prove a point that the signs weren't necessary because people will still crash. Probably not the smartest way to prove a point because this is a pretty expensive car to just go and wreck like that. You gotta have some stellar insurance right there to not have to worry about that, I guess. Or maybe it's a lemon and they won't fix your car up, so you're just so frustrated you're like, I'm gonna wreck it and then let insurance deal with it. Also, we got this little outcrop right here. Don't know exactly what it's for, but you could do a donut in it, I guess, if you had a little bit better of a vehicle for it. This one's all-wheel drive, so it's not exactly the best for doing a real tight donut. I can kind of try, but I'm afraid of hitting the trees, so we're not going to do any more than that. Alright. The road gets a little less tight up here, and you can accelerate a little bit more. It's about as tight as the outer road we were driving on earlier. Now, there's an outer road, which sounds like kind of like impossible, because the road we were driving on, it looked like it was on the beach, right? Well, you'll see that next road soon. That's the outermost road. And there's actually another outer road after that one in a way. Like there are roads outer and outer and outer. And ooh, look at that area. Let's go down there. Let's go down there. We can make it. We can make it. Yep, we're good. It's always funny though. You see like those things there, right? And the point of those is if you crash, it lessens the impact. But since they're solid objects when they're placed on the map, they do absolutely nothing to actually lessen the impact. It's just kind of funny to me. I know a few maps here and there, they'll actually have the objects built in to the map, and they spawn up like a vehicle. Those are pretty nice. And that was not quite the way that was supposed to go. I lined it up a little bit too much to the right. So we're going to pull this back and try it again to get through the trees without crashing. I only need to be a little bit more left than I was last time. Not a lot, because we just barely clipped that tree, to be honest. And ooh, a little too fast. Getting excited here. So just a little more left. And we're clear right through the trees, even through those rocks. It still destroys the car, but we made it through, which is what was important to me. So here's a quick look at the damage. And you got the bumper over there jiggling about. And then we'll reset it. And we're going to go to the ramp again. But this time, we're not actually going to hit the ramp. We're going to go to the left because there's a little area over there you can drive around in. Has some more construction equipment and just raw supplies and stuff. So you see like a bunch of planks of wood and all that. And there's the construction equipment right there. I guess they're maybe building something or digging something. I don't know. But there's stuff here to look at, which is nice. And we're heading on out over to the main road eventually. We're almost to it. Just gotta be careful here because this corner's tight. There we go. Here is the main road again. The not outermost road. Like, look, you see the water over there. Say, how can there be a road outside of this one? Then you look in the distance, like, wait a minute, there is a road over there. Just barely, you see like this path way, way out there. That's where we're going to. I'm probably going to want to change vehicles when I drive on that, though, because it is not the best road for a vehicle like this. I think I want something with a bit more ground clearance on that. Tree is like way leaning over the road right there. I don't know if you saw that. That was kind of a neat looking tree. I know there's a bridge coming up. The bridge is what I use to identify where I'm at. There's the bridge. So like right after the bridge, that's where the next kind of hiddenish path is. It's not super hidden or nothing, but you got to keep an eye out for it. And there it is. It's hidden because there's all those trees and stuff right there. And here it says, road closed, under construction. And I say, I don't care. I just drive right through it. And this is why you might want something more ground clearance. So this is a rough and bumpy road. And I guess this thing's actually doing okay. It has the all-wheel drive to keep itself moving. It's not a smooth experience at all. And we're getting slowed down a lot, but it's making it. All right, we'll keep using it. Why not? And see how long it lasts. Like up here, the water gets deeper. Can it go though? Ooh. Look at it go. It is just trucking through the water. I thought for sure it would be too deep for it, but it was not. Wow. I am mighty impressed by the UK series. You did well. I'm going to keep using you through this terrain all the way then. Like, I was really fully expecting to replace this thing, but it's just impressed me so much. There's no replacement needed. Unless, of course, I crash into those rocks. I slid a little bit too much right there. Yeah, I don't have great stability, but I got momentum going. Like, I'm trying to just maintain momentum for as much as I possibly can, because areas like this with the water, that will slow you down. So I guess this thing has a surprisingly tall air intake on it. That's what it is. Like, you would expect the engine to be flooded when half the engine bay looks like it's covered up by water, but it's good. Like, the wheels are over half covered by water at times, and it makes it through. Very, very impressive. And don't worry, it will smooth out later. Although I'll probably swap the vehicle when it smooths out, unfortunately. Like, I make this thing do the rough terrain it's not built for, and then it's like, finally, some roads. This is what I made for. And it's like, all right, we're done with you. Time to swap you out for something different. Sorry. But I want to have something super fast there because I think it'll be a little bit more fun. Here's a challenge for it. Can we do this? Can we do this? Yeah! Surprised that worked for sure. Alright, so over here. This is the outerest most road. That was the outer road we just drove on the dirt. This one's actually a road though, and I think it'll be fun to have like a drag car here to go real fast. So we're going to grab the drag barstone. We're going to just thunder through this area at probably like 200 miles per hour until we hit a corner, and then we're going to fly off. It's kind of like a rounded shape around the whole island. You can always see the inside of the island to your right, and then sometimes to the left will be interesting things, like you got some mountains off in the distance, and every now and then you'll see a boat and such. Let's see if we can find a boat. Also, there would be no boats to the right side, I guess, because this thing literally surrounds the whole island. Alright, where are the boats at? I know they're around here somewhere. There's a boat way over there. You can see it just barely make it out because it's so far away, but I think that's a boat at least. Let's confirm. Is that a boat? Yep, that's a boat. You can tell it's a boat now. That is a filthy boat, though. I guess that's the one that's wrecked on Jungle Rock Island, and they just put it in the distance because you can't tell that it's wrecked unless you do what I just did right there. Alright, now that we found the boat, time to go full speed ahead. Wait a minute, what was that? I didn't notice that before. There's text! Wow! It says slow! Wait, is that a shadow, or is that... Hold up. That looks like a shadow, doesn't it? Is there, like, words in the sky? Is it the... Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, hold up. Okay, I need to go back to that ramp we started at, because I think that's a shadow from there. Which sounds crazy, doesn't it? But I kind of have a feeling that could be a shadow from there in a way. Now, where is that ramp? Oh, there it is. All right. So why do I think that's a shadow from there? Because if we look up here, you'll see possibly the letters just floating in the air. Like, I wasn't sure what it was, but now that I see it down there, that might be what's causing that. It's a long way. All right, so look, right here, okay? Maybe not. I thought, like, okay, see, I remember there was like 4 pieces here or something, and I remember the one to the far right had like a W-like shape to it. It was hard to tell. We were flying at 200 miles per hour or so, and I thought maybe that was making the words slow down there. It wasn't. But what is? Is it a shadow or is it like a skid mark? Let's see. We'll bring the car back here. It is a shadow! I have no idea where the shadow's coming from. That's so funny. Because you can tell, look, we parked the car under it. Now it says slow on the car. Like, what we could do is we could get like the quadcopter and try to fly to the source, I guess, if we really wanted to, but I'm not that concerned about it. I just wanted to see if it was what I thought it was. And it says slow there again, so there's a lot of places to have it. So when it says slow, what do? Floor it. Flooring it. Oh, this thing is not driving straight. Hold up. I guess when I dropped it, it got messed up because like I'm trying to keep this thing going straight at 200 miles per hour. That is a poor plan of attack. Now this thing should drive straight and make it a lot easier to go fast where it says to go slow. We're going to be going so fast, we're just going to skid along the ocean basically. That's the goal here. Hopefully we'll hit the ocean at like 200 miles per hour if we don't crash into some trees first. We'll see what I can do. Alright, we're at about 190, bouncing a little bit, bouncing around. Oh, I see an opening right there into the rocks. Oh, the rocks were too hard to be able to get to the ocean, but we did get a nice destruction on the car in the process at least. The whole front just bent upward right there. We can just pull this back to the road and then keep on driving along. The skid marks from the rocks that I hit. Got some big trees up there. All these little trees and like, those the big daddy trees. And the word slow is all over the place and I still have no idea what's causing it. That's gonna drive me crazy. I gotta figure that out sometime. I don't know if it'll be this video, but I gotta figure that out at least on my own, man. What makes it say slow? You know, it could just be there's some invisible thing to the eye that just casts a shadow. You know, because video games you can do things like that. That's probably what it is, I would guess. So I like this. We're cruising around at 190 miles per hour, just barely hanging on to the road. And at this point, we have made a full loop of the place almost. Like once we meet up with that road on our right side, we'll have made a loop of it. And we can make our way back to the center area. And we'll use a car that was actually made for that this time. So into the trees, just the beer. Nice. The whole front fell off. I don't even know where the front went. Where did it go? Let's find it. So that's not the front. Well, it's part of the front, but not the part with the engine and stuff. I saw something go into the water. It's way out here. There's the front of my car with the engine and stuff. That went a pretty good distance. That should be a mini game in the game. You have to fling the engine as far as you can from the frame of the vehicle and see how far can it get. That was like probably a good one right there. I'm sure you could go much better though if you were really trying just to do that. All right. So where is that connector? I thought it was a little bit sooner than it actually was. All right, here you are. Finish line basically. And there's a little parking area right here if you want to, you know, park your car to swap it out for something else. So we'll park it right into the rocks. And then we'll say, okay, new car time. We want something that can do that dirt area a little bit easier. We'll just take the off-road version of the hopper. That should be super easy to drive through there. As long as it doesn't want to tip over too much. You see the wheels just lift up as I try to do a corner out there. There we are. Now, if I get stuck with this, and I didn't get stuck with the K-Series, the K-Series is the most underrated off-road vehicle in this whole game. Because this thing's a pretty good off-roader. There's no reason for it to get stuck. At all. Unless maybe, like, I find a way to break the snorkel and it hangs off the side of the vehicle and it just scoops up water. That's the only way I can see this thing getting stuck. We're still going to slow down a lot through the water. The water just slows you to a crawl no matter what. Hey look, there's like a little rock way over to the left. Is it really that shallow around here? Like we got the ability to check. How deep is this water over here? Yeah, surprisingly shallow. Look at that. Whoa, it drops off over here though. Can't go much more than that. Yeah, I'd like to see you do that in a K-Series. That thing would have drowned right there. So you can't just drive from like the island to this road. You gotta drive along it. Otherwise you'll just drown the vehicle. Unless you have a submarine snorkel. Those would be fine. Also, I'm not in manual mode. Like you would think I was in manual mode right there. Because it was just rev, not shifting, not shifting. And then it finally did. Alright, got some speed going again. That means we're gonna probably hit water soon to slow me down. Yeah, there's the water. Maintain as much speed as possible through the water. Go! Oh, slowing me down. Alright, let's see if we can make a little bit of a shortcut right here. We're gonna see if the water gets deep right here or not. Oh, it does, it does. It does. No shortcuts allowed. Just gotta get out of the water now. Don't you hate that when you try to take a shortcut and it just slows you down? Alright. And again, it's not going to shift. It's just going to hold first gear at max RPMs for a bit. Okay. How about here? Is this a shortcut? We're just going to go for it. If the vehicle drowns, it drowns. It's gonna drown. That was worth a shot, I guess. That mod that had the super long snorkel needs to make a comeback, so you can just drive on the floor of the water if you want to. Alright, now, back to that paved road. We can keep using this on a paved road. It's not the perfect car for it, but it'll work. So we're gonna go to my house to finish up this video. I just gotta find my place. It's somewhere soon. There's gonna be a paved road leading to it. And ooh, I almost just swung my hopper right into a tree. Is this the road to the houses? Yeah. My neighbors hate me because I have such an ugly vehicle. They all have really nice millionaire cars. I have a Avius hopper that almost crashed again. The thing is though, I live at the top of the hill. These losers, they live at the bottom of the hill. See me, I got the best house right here. And that'll do it for this video. Till next time, it's WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.